Hi everybody, welcome to the TheMakeupChair. Today I'm doing a review on these brushes that I have right here. This is a brush set by Sedona Lace. I'm going to talk you through exactly what's in here and give you my personal opinion about the brushes and all that kind of stuff as well. So if you're interested, then just keep watching. So when the box arrives, it comes in this lace material, and inside here you have the brush roll. So it comes with this here, and inside it has all the information about the brushes, the name of them, and the best way to use them. If you watch Let's Makeup, then you would have seen the pink version of this set, I think. So I'll link her video in the box below. This is the brush set here. It's quite a long, flat type of brush set. It has this type of twisty band that goes around just to keep it in place. Little weights that are hanging at the bottom as well. And you just untwist it, and it kind of unfolds outwards. And it also has a little bit of a lip on it just to protect the brushes, so when you're rolling them they're protected. So I'll talk you through exactly what you get in here. The first one is the powder brush. This is 376. I find that this brush is absolutely perfect for applying pressed powder or loose powder. It's got a rounded tip so you can really blend over the face. Next is a large angled contour brush. This is number 850. This is a great brush for applying either contour, getting right in underneath the cheeks, or you can use it for applying your blush. Now I am a big fan of this brush, it's one of my favourites, and you can also use this brush wet if you want to use it as a foundation brush, but I've actually never done that. I really love it for applying contour and blush. Then you have your typical duo fibre brush. This is number 813. This gives an airbrush look to the face, but I only use it for applying highlight, blush and bronzer, and then I use it for applying mineral powders like mineral foundations, mineral concealers. It doesn't work well with cream foundation. It works slightly better with a very liquidy foundation, but not a cream one. It's a fairly long brush, but it's dense enough that it still holds its shape when you're applying liquid foundation. Next you have the foundation brush 727. This has synthetic bristles, so it works really well for applying your foundation because it doesn't absorb it into the bristles. You can also clean these and have them dry within a few hours. That's why it's best for using with foundation, because you want to keep your foundation brushes very clean. This one is a little bit dirty at the moment. Next you have the concealer brush 954. Very tiny brush, but it's good for applying over the top of blemishes to make sure that you don't get concealer all over your face, just on the blemish itself. Also works well around the eyes. Next you have the large shader brush number 941. I'm mentioning this now because it works a little bit better with applying concealer rather than eyeshadow. I find that it's just a little bit too big for applying your eyeshadow. Next you have one of my favourite brushes, which is the blending brush. This is the tapered blending brush number 863. It's dense enough so that you can work right into the crease, because it is a quite long brush, so you'd be worried that it would kind of fall all over the place, but it's quite dense so you can really get into the crease but get a nice blend with it as well. Medium angled shading brush number 407. This is great for working into the crease. I really like just placing on the outer corner and then blending it back and forth, recede that brow bone. So I really like using this for using on the actual crease line. Then you have your pencil brush number 904. This is just your typical pencil brush. It's quite short. It really does blend perfectly and smudges out eyeliner underneath the eye or on the actual eyelid. The eyeshadow brush 305 is next, and this is great for applying any type of eyeshadow over the lid. This brush is nice and dense so that you can really pack on the eyeshadow or eyeshadow pigments that you have to really make them intense. Is this small angled brush number 561. This is great for applying eyeliner, or you can use this on the brows. If you're a beginner using eyeliner, the fact that this is quite small, it'll just make sure that you have a lot of control over it. But I'm not a big fan of these type of angled brushes because I like to get a smooth line, but if you're a beginner, this really does help. The fact that it's quite small and dense. Next you have the eyeliner brush 772. I prefer using this with lipsticks and getting around the lip line. I don't tend to use this for eyeliner. It's a little bit too dense, so I'm not a big fan of it. All in all, the brushes are very soft, very well made. There has been a little fallout with the powder brush and this tapered blending brush, but everything else has been fairly okay. I haven't had too many problems with any of them. Overall, they're pretty good. They're nice and soft. I'm not the biggest fan of the eyeshadow brushes. I only like this one and the small what's it called? Pencil brush. I'm not a big fan of any of the other ones really. I do use my other brushes, so I didn't find myself reaching for these very much, but the face brushes are very nice to use. I really like the angled brush. I don't tend to use foundation brushes a lot, but I do like this one. It's a nice shape. It's not too long, it's not too short or anything. It's nice for blending over the face. This I wasn't a huge fan of. I used to use my stippling brush all the time. I didn't find myself reaching for this very often. I liked it for applying highlighter on the face because you can squash it and then just get on top. It's quite dense when you do that as well. Powder brush is nice. The only thing is quite big. You know, it's quite filling of the entire face, so if you are in a hurry it's good for applying, you know, a really quick dusting of powder, but I just found it to be very, very large. The packaging is nice. I like this type of lip that it has. It folds over. It's quite long and flat. It's almost like a little clutch bag, but it's fairly big. It also comes in a pink. It's like a soft pink color. I prefer the black because I think it looks a little bit more professional, but if you're just looking for some fun brushes, then the pink probably would be for you. For the price, I have my receipt here. $16.76 for shipping, which is kind of expensive when I compare it to some of the other brushes, but it's, you know, it's mid-range one really. The actual brush set itself was $59.95. If you have any of these brushes, then I would love to know what you guys think of it. There's lots of other brushes available on the site, as well as makeup palettes and stuff like that, so I will link it in the box below because I'm thinking of getting one of the eyeshadow palettes anyway. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!